Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, August 13th. Taking a look at our general conditions, we are in the middle of a significant pattern change as monsoonal moisture combines with an approaching low pressure from the Pacific Northwest to expand showers and spread them across most areas. We could have some lingering drier storms across western areas this afternoon, but they'll get progressively wetter region-wide. So we go into the weekend. Overall fire danger still high as fuels are in the 90th and 97th percentile. However, eastern areas have had some decent wetting rains in some spots, as well as in the south, and most other areas are expecting wetting rains in the next 2 to 3 days. So that's going to push a lot of the fuels that are currently near or above the 90th percentile back in that 50th to 70th percentile. And here's the impact map. Still the possibility of some drier strikes across western Idaho. But by and large, deeper moisture, longer lasting showers today into tomorrow, spreading across most areas, still lingering on Saturday. That combined with some of the showers and higher humidity that we've had in days past is going to combine to really moisten fuels. You can see in the satellite imagery all the moisture and cloud cover pushing up through here. A little dry tongue across southwestern Nevada. Still smoke lingering up in the north. Had a fair amount of lightning right-hand side yesterday. Not much in the way of new starts, though, and that's the real significant thing. A lot of wetting rain, seeing more green dots over here in the south. That's a half-inch to an inch rain amounts. Even the darker blues are a quarter to half-inch, and we've had that increasingly over a larger area, not including yesterday. Over the past 7 days, these areas that you see shaded in green, these green dots, that's a half-inch to an inch of rain. Again, darker blues, maybe a quarter to a half-inch, and then lighter amounts elsewhere. But that's going to spread further northwards. Again, not much starts in western areas like we were anticipating. Could be because of some of the higher humidity, or maybe the clouds are obscuring new recon. We remain at PL5, both regionally and nationally. You can see our fuels are in a state of flux. We had dark reds here, 97th percentiles in the south. They've since modified to 70th to 80th percentile, and because they're trending downwards and they have some moisture on their surfaces, the reality relating to new starts and fire behavior is probably even more moist than this. But again, our driest fuels are in the north and west, so that's the best potential in the next 24 hours for any lightning to cause new fires, or any existing fires to still exhibit some at least moderate burning. But you can see on the upper air map, we have low pressure dropping down from British Columbia. High pressure, which was over the Four Corners, has shifted south and east. That's producing a pretty strong southerly flow, pulling up a lot of that monsoonal moisture and combining it with moisture from this low, and that's going to linger with us today. And then the moisture starts shifting a bit further into central and eastern areas as we go into the weekend. Somewhat drier air pushing into Nevada. We do have high risk for lightning on the bottom here across parts of western and the central mountains of Idaho. Elsewhere, fuels have moistened quite a bit, and that moistening trend will continue into the early part of the weekend. And you can see that, I'll start at the bottom here first. You're finding a hard time seeing humidity below 30% in a lot of areas, maybe in the low 20s, southwest Idaho, and maybe far northwest Nevada. Otherwise, most other areas are above the moisture of extinction. So that's going to be an issue, and we will see some gradual drying, but it won't be until Saturday that maybe western areas are in the teens for humidity, but still a lot of southern, eastern, and northern areas remaining above 25 or 30%. Temperatures been hot for so long, it is cooling down significantly, about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than normal today and tomorrow. Precipitation, you can see how widespread it are and how heavy some of that stuff could be. Again, the dark greens, a quarter to a half inch. The blues, half inch to an inch for today, for tomorrow, and even lingering into Saturday. And that's going to change the landscape quite a bit, despite the drier air that eventually works into the area from late Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. There's another low pressure area dropping down to the Pacific Northwest. This can bring a cooling trend. Will be a cold front ahead of it, maybe some increasing winds, but again, fuels at that point would not have dried to critically dry levels in a lot of areas, and this could bring more showers to northern areas as well. But we will be seeing a gradual drying trend, but probably not reaching critical levels till beyond the 7-day period. Winds could be picking up a little bit. You can see the stronger winds here on Tuesday ahead of that approaching low, but humidity near 20%, upper teens to 20%, with a lot of precipitation having occurred in the past few days. So not a concern for large fire growth or new fire starts at the present time. But we do stay precipitation free days 4 and 5, but days 6 and 7, as we go into next Tuesday and Wednesday, we could see, again, with that low, some light precipitation up north, but definitely a return of higher humidity, so no extreme fire conditions up there. Summing things up, our most critical time periods will be in the next 24 hours, and then getting into a quieter trend as we moisten up and then just very slowly dry out. It's going to take a while to get us back to where we were. The extended outlook, 6 to 10 day, does show wetter than normal conditions in the north. This could be a little overdone. We are seeing cooler than normal conditions across many areas, slightly above normal across the eastern Great Basin. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.